Hello everyone, Hachadino over here, and this will be one of the last videos that I will do about this PoE league, mainly because let's say that right now I kind of finished the league, and also just to showcase more or less how everything is going after the change to CI. I didn't do that many videos themselves, and I was kind of busy with other things. Now, of course, I'm going to show the build itself and other places. I am going to show my current path of building, but the problem is showing the overlaps from the Vaal Venom Gyre is actually not that easy. Like, I calculate that more or less you get like from 15 to 10 overlaps on the thingies that you send. But I also didn't bother to really add the jolt, so it also may be a little bit different. Now, one of the things that I'm reflecting about is that I didn't manage to craft my dagger, but mainly because it's going to be very annoying because there are none on the market that have what I want, and it's not like the swords for Flicker Strike that someone eventually makes them. The dagger that I want does need Elder and Shaper influence. Oh, and by the way, I did get a headhunter because a lot of the currency that I got doing this build, it's doing kind of the clear speed bow build thingy that you do, that you try and get a headhunter and then go and do 5 ways. But I didn't actually do that many 5 ways. Most of my currency, I actually got them from doing the form rotations kind of. So I buy the maps or I use the scarab of conversion with habits. Habit is not a really good way to make currency, but I do need the habit jewels, and of course, as you might expect, the good ones are not super often that you get them. So I do have some of them that I'm using from myself, but it's not 100% that I use all of the ones that I have. And by the way, if you haven't seen the build before, basically we are a Warden and we use two very strong tinctures. They could be better because they can have a 30% quality and many other things. And we are using Vaal Venom Gyre. Vaal Venom Gyre makes it so you get 50 blades instantly, and ideally you have the things to have less duration, and with that less duration you make it so you can use it very early and just kind of spam it. Of course, we are not on that way right now. You could do Legion instead of Abyss that I did, and that way get currency quite a bit faster. Now, one of the problems is also that you have to go for the CI part, or you can also do the big way to get the mana itself. But I don't recommend doing the live version if you really want to have a lot of fun with this build. Mainly because the problem is if you don't have CI and the two sockets that I'm using on the helmet, you will get the problem of you're going to be using your speed charges, so you're not going to have as much damage as you should on bosses. Like if you saw my previous video, I was not getting Now another problem is the visual clarity. You might see, because you are using whirling blades a lot of the times and doing things, it's not that easy to know where mobs and things is, so you may die while doing bosses. Of course, I have done Ubers and also tier 17s and things like that on this build. But it's not, let's say, a super bosser. Unless you get the cool weapon, the 12 link one. Because that way you have like a copious amount of damage. Like almost or more than 1 billion even. But the one that I have right now has around, I think, 100 to 200 million. When I have all of my things. It's not bad, let's say, but it does really show. And also the DPS is, let's say, a little bit fake. Because what you do is you get your Vaal's Venom Gyre and then you use the whirling blades. And then it depends on how many of the whirling blades hit the actual target, where you get the big damage. And I'm also not using a super single target situation. I'm using the fork, so that's a little bit less damage on single target. But you can use something like Bile Toxins is actually a very good skill, because at 21 it's actually very strong as a damage increase. And there are actually not that many good supports. Like you have Trinity, that is very good, of course, and then Awakened Vicious Projectiles and Awakened Elemental Damage. And then I'm using Inspiration to not have mana problems, but Bile Toxins is actually better most of the time, because you get those poisons very fast. As you know, this has a 40% chance to poison baseline. And then of course you're going to be hitting the mobs a lot. One thing that I didn't try to check is the returning projectiles, because it does work with the ones that come from you, but it's nothing crazy. And I actually don't recommend it that much, unless you have fork, because otherwise with fork is very funny, because you will go through the mob, pop 2 of those, and then they come back and do quite a bit of damage. Maybe I will try that and tell you more about it. But for now, that's everything. I hope you enjoyed it. The path of building will be on the description if you want a quick look like this. You're using 3 ones for final blades. They are not also super optimized, because ideally you want to have one with drive the destruction, the other one with full the fight, and then the last one for damage. We are not using Feed the Fury because we have no way to keep that up all of the time, so it's kind of fake DPS, and we don't really like that. And of course, Jaumak is the priest that we use. And for the other things, additional tincture, the things that are make our tinctures forever, and Oath of Winter. Oath of Winter, of course, making it so our enemies get frozen sometimes. Oath of Summer is, of course, more damage, because you would decrease their resistances by like 40% or something like that. But let me tell you, if you play with Oath of Winter, you never want to go back. Have a nice day, and I will see you on the next video.